August 16th, 1942. A thick, ghostly fog draped over San Francisco Bay, muffling the sounds of the waking city. The west coast of the United States was tense, bracing for invisible threats beneath the waves. Japanese submarines prowled the Pacific, silent predators, capable of striking without warning. Above the gray, undulating water, the patrol blimp L-8 ascended with a low, steady hum. Its gondola carried two men, Lieutenant Ernest Cody and Ensign Charles Adams, both seasoned, disciplined, and deeply trained in the nuances of lighter-than-air flight. Their mission was simple: patrol the bay, investigate a suspicious oil slick, and report any sign of enemy activity. Hours later, the L-8 would return alone, silent and intact, carrying no crew. The mystery of its ghostly flight would become one of the most baffling stories in naval history. During World War II, the U.S. Navy relied on blimps as silent sentinels along the coastline. Though unarmed and slow, these lighter-than-air craft could hover for hours, observing the water below, detecting subtle oil slicks, and identifying periscopes. Treasure Island, a man-made hub in San Francisco Bay, served as the nerve center for blimp operations. Hangars stretched along the shore, classrooms and workshops buzzed with activity, and observation posts monitored the skies. Every crew member underwent rigorous training: navigation, engine repair, emergency procedures, and precise visual surveillance. Every gauge, lever, and instrument was vital. The margin for error was razor thin. The L-8, equipped with sonar, radios, cameras, and navigation instruments, was ready for long-duration patrols. Other blimps had successfully guided destroyers to intercept enemy submarines, but none had ever returned in silence without their crew. On this day, L-8 would become an enigma. Lieutenant Cody had been flying since the 1930s, meticulous, calm, and disciplined. Born in the Midwest, he spent his youth captivated by the sky, dreaming of the freedom and responsibility of flight. Years of Navy training had honed his skill, teaching him to anticipate the unpredictable and remain composed under pressure. Ensign Adams was younger, equally determined and methodical. He had joined the Navy to serve his country and master the art of blimp navigation. His training included weather analysis, engine diagnostics, and hours of observational patrol drills. Together, Cody and Adams formed a seamless team, their trust forged over countless flights through fog, wind, and darkness. Their personal lives were quiet but reflective: letters home, fleeting thoughts of a normal life, and the constant awareness of unseen danger. Nothing, however, could prepare them for the events that morning. At 6:03 a.m., L-8 lifted from Treasure Island, engines humming steadily, the gondola vibrating gently with each adjustment. Below, the fog clung to the water in rolling waves, reflecting fractured sunlight like shards of glass. Every ripple, every shadow, every faint glimmer demanded attention. Time seemed suspended as the blimp drifted across the misty bay. The silence was profound, broken only by the low, constant hum of engines, the subtle creak of the gondola, and the distant call of gulls. Shadows shifted in the fog, the water shimmered with deceptive stillness, and every instrument reading was checked and rechecked. The crew's senses were stretched to the limit. The oil slick remained in view, a dark patch on the water's surface, but no submarines appeared. Fog thickened, swallowing the horizon, and each wave seemed to hide secrets beneath its gray surface. The tension was palpable, an invisible weight pressing on the men, heightening their awareness and sharpening every sense. Hours later, near Daly City, the L-8 descended over suburban rooftops. Civilians described it drifting erratically, the gondola door swinging open, engines still running. Firefighters and neighbors rushed to the site, anticipating a disaster. Inside, the blimp was immaculate. Instruments functioned perfectly. Life jackets, parachutes, and personal items remained in place. Cody's cap rested neatly on the console. No signs of struggle, no blood, no trace of the crew. The airship had returned alone, as if guided by an unseen hand. The sight was surreal. The fog clung to the blimp, muffling sound, while the low hum of engines gave it an almost eerie presence. Observers described the vessel as alive, a ghostly sentinel floating above the world, carrying only silence where once lived vigilant eyes. The Navy immediately launched a comprehensive and multi-layered investigation. Search boats combed the coastline, divers scanned the depths of the bay, and patrol aircraft circled above. Every environmental factor, tides, wind, visibility, was recorded. At Treasure Island, investigators scrutinized patrol logs, maintenance reports, and training records. Engines, radios, navigation instruments, and sonar systems were tested repeatedly. Each component was fully functional. Civilian and military eyewitnesses were interviewed. Fishermen, neighbors, and Coast Guard personnel provided accounts, which were cross-checked against patrol logs and instrument readings. Despite the exhaustive search and meticulous documentation, no evidence explained the disappearance. Speculative theories emerged: mechanical failure, accidental ejection, enemy action, or secret intelligence operations. Each hypothesis collapsed under scrutiny. There were no submarines reported in the area. Life jackets remained untouched. The vanishing of 2 highly trained officers aboard a fully operational blimp remained inexplicable. Blimps were central to coastal defense during World War II. They patrolled tirelessly, providing surveillance for ships, aircraft, and observation posts. Every patrol was carefully planned, logged, and reviewed. Treasure Island was the nerve center, coordinating blimp operations, training, and logistics. Crews practiced emergency maneuvers, weather contingencies, and coordinated attacks on hypothetical submarines. The L-8 incident stands as a stark anomaly against this backdrop of precision and discipline, highlighting the limits of human understanding in the face of unexplained events. Eyewitnesses recalled the blimp drifting silently, its doors open, gliding over rooftops with a presence that seemed almost alive. Children, workers, and neighbors watched in awe and unease. The surrounding silence was profound, broken only by the soft creak of the gondola. Many described a sensation that the airship had a life of its own, floating between the ordinary and the inexplicable, a silent guardian or a ghostly specter from another world. The L-8 was repaired and returned to service, eventually sold to Goodyear, appearing in parades and public events. Yet its ghostly mission remained largely unknown outside Navy records. Cody and Adams were never recovered. Coastlines were scoured, waters searched, but no trace emerged. Historians continue to analyze the case, fascinated by the interplay of meticulous preparation and the inexplicable. The ghost blimp remains a haunting symbol of mystery, illustrating that even the most disciplined missions can end in uncertainty, leaving only questions where certainty should exist. The blimp returned alone, silent and intact. Its crew vanished, swallowed by the morning mist. The events of August 16th, 1942, continue to confound, fascinate, and unsettle. It is a testament to the mysterious, the unknown, and the limits of human understanding. This is the story of the Ghost Blimp, a patrol that began as routine and ended as one of the most baffling and haunting mysteries in naval history.